false prophet. When that happens at the Eagles game in the playoffs, that'll even be even better because it's just going to prove how set up sports is. Because right now, there's no guarantee that that game's going to be played. No guarantee. And with the Cowboys, they could still win and the Eagles lose at the Giant Stadium, and then the Eagles aren't in the playoffs, and then it's not going to happen. Maybe that's the case. Maybe it's a time frame of next year. But I'm not doing this like that. I'm not going from here to next year like that. It's not happening. It's not the case, but it is a case of wearing out the Saints. Because as they're showing you, obviously, things are way too obvious and coincidental. I don't ever give up. Never. I might slow down on vocally saying it out loud to people I personally know, like family members and friends. That I might do, because it's already been said. Every event that I foresee just didn't happen yet. And then it's also a testing period where, not that I'm even doing it on purpose, but my subs get tested as well, because your patience and what you see, like if you can see the same thing, like just by the information I'm giving you, how obvious these things are and how they are set up, planned out. It's just a specific date, and when that date gets here, it'll be events unfold. As soon as it hits the one time, that's it. That's the beginning of all the events back to back to back to back to back. Just like if it's even in an overtime game. Because I was thinking yesterday, if they go into overtime and then the explosion happens, then the game was meant to go into overtime. Because if they wanted to do the explosion, they would have done it before overtime. And that's the same thing with the playoffs. That stadium not only represents the Pet Goat 2, not only represents the stadium that's there getting hit with the fifth trumpet, 5 explosions. There's also 5 different targets too. And I feel like 4 of them are, 3 of them are in Philly, 1 of them's in Warrington. So I feel like the 3 events it's still the Eagles game. Now, if the Eagles would have lost yesterday, I would have gave up on the fact that it's Lincoln Financial Field. Click the link below. I would have gave up. But I understand that when they win next week against the Giants, that guarantees them a playoff game at home with no matter who they play. In all likelihood, they're going to play Dallas. And it's going to be 3 jet fighters that fly over and then hits the building, because in the Pet Goat 2, because it's the best out of 3. They played 2 times already. That'll be their 3rd game. Greater than 3. If the Eagles lost yesterday, I would have given up on the fact that it's click the link below, the Lincoln Financial Field, because nothing else makes sense. Access road is right there. You're going up Broad Street, getting off at 410, 4.1 miles, the exact location, the exact direction, up and around and to the left, 800 feet. Nah, I'm not giving up on that. The only thing I have to give up on is the fact that it didn't happen yesterday. But I was ready. I was anticipating it. You know, like no other day before, I was, this time around, 100% prepared and ready to go. Little nervous, you know, because I know that once that explosion happens, I'm not going to have like, I don't know if I'm going to have like peace and quiet. Because I got to remember that there's still people from the Alphabet Soup that watch my videos, but they don't know these events are set up by Jonathan Kleck. If I was Jonathan Kleck, I would have canceled it yesterday. Now, I'm not going to say that they canceled it, because there's still another game to play in the playoffs at Lincoln Financial Field. If they would have lost yesterday, well, yeah, I would have probably said they canceled it, because it's way too damn obvious. How do you continue on with it? Like, but it's only obvious to who? Only obvious to the people watching this channel. That's it. And how many people watch this channel? Well, I mean, according to the ClickView count, according to the ClickView, it's like 300 people, give or take a few. Some videos a little bit higher, some are less. But you guys are the ones that are watching this channel, and you're seeing these events, and you're seeing that I'm just presenting you the facts of what they're doing, and then lining up with what, where, and how, and when, and why in Philadelphia and the streets. And the reason I know the streets, because I've lived there and I've worked there, and I'm there. So the path of destruction, wide and broad is the path of destruction. Philadelphia has a little strength, and when Kleck said that, he's like, huh, boy, did they ever, like, you know, he knows that Philadelphia's gonna have a little strength. Meaning the body of Christ in the Bible doesn't really mean Philadelphia at all. It means the body of Christ crossing over to old Corpus Christi, because he plans on getting rid of the body of Christ. But they have to play it out. As it is in heaven, so shall it be on planet Earth in the city of Philadelphia, PA. 3 in a row. That didn't stop. It's not like that's not going to happen. It just didn't happen yesterday. You know, it's not like I'm predicting the rapture or anything, because the rapture is going to be a farce as well. But you know how many, like, you know, there's, in 1 year there'll be a rumor, and then in the next year you'll hear a rumor. And these rumors are, well, it's rumors of wars, and it's rumors of raptures, and these are rumors purposely done by, you know, like the king of rapture setting dates, Steve Fletcher. I was always amazed at how that guy could get back up and predict another rapture as soon as the first, second, third, fifth, 19th, 20th, 90,000 millionth time that he predicted it. And then when I finally realized, well, that's what YouTube agents are hired to do. They had their consciences seared with a hot iron, and they're purposely doing it to get you tired of hearing it, and then to wear out the camp of the saints. And then when it actually finally does happen, then, because all the dates that they set, eventually that final date's going to be there. Even though from the very beginning of time, they had that date right there. They could have told you 3 years ago. But they want to drag it out, and they want to get everybody so sick and tired of hearing people predicting things. Because what's the point? Like, what are you predicting things for, Robin? Just live your life, man. You know, I mean, just enjoy what's going on, and don't warn us. Just take that trumpet you got and put it in the closet. I mean, we don't need to hear a trumpet. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I mean, who are you going to do about it? You can't do anything about it. I'm tired of hearing the trumpet sound, Rob. Just stop. Well, when you blow the trumpet, you blow the trumpet for as long as you need to until the war starts. Isn't that how they used to go into battle? You blow the trumpet, the horn, you see the sword coming. Everybody starts blowing the trumpet and telling everybody else that here comes a war. You want to get ready now, or you just want to wait until it just hits you like that, and you don't see it, and you get blindsided. That's all I am. I am an instrument. I'm a trumpet. Words come out of my mouth, day in and day out. Day in and day out, I'm blowing a trumpet into my journal. And whoever wants to sneak peek inside of my journal, it's all good. My journal is open. It's an open book. It's right here. It's open. It's in front of your face. It's daily. It's nonstop. And until they shut me down, I'm going to keep talking. Today is the 23rd, by the way. I am expecting a 2-3 bypass today. Remember before, I used to think that the bombing was going to happen first at JFK Boulevard at 848, Building 8. I mean, it's still possible, but I see it as the football game happens first because you click the link below. Once you click the link below, as they have, and it could be many different things, but one of the things I see it as, and it's not just pet goat too. I'm not getting reeled in just by that alone. I'm getting reeled in by a bunch of other things too. It's everybody. It's bits and pieces of what everybody's saying and doing, and the commercials that are in front of your face and what they're saying and doing, and this 2-week period that's coming up, and Trump's going on vacation for 2 weeks, and there was a commercial, I don't know, like a pooping pill or something. It's like, try our 2-week challenge, and then it's like 2 weeks coming up, 2-3 bypass, and the strikes for 2 weeks, first strike, second strike, 2-week vacation. I said this before too, nothing's gonna happen while my channel's up. But then it starts looking like it's gonna happen beforehand. So I'll say it in my journal. My journal is like practicing your instruments. Get on here, you practice your instruments. The only thing that this is doing to me, with it being right there in front of your face, and then the only thing it's doing to me is narrowing down the exact day, the exact time, the exact location, the exact time in between events, the exact placing of the events, where, when, why, how. And that final date setting that happens. Yeah, all the other ones are wrong. I'm a false prophet. I know about it. All the other dates are wrong. The only thing that matters is this. In the end, did I get it right? In the end, when I'm looking back on this 20 years from now, and I'm looking back on the videos that and the time stamps that it actually did happen on that specific day and time, I'm not going to use all that other stuff against me. I'm going to go with the exact date, because who can tell when they're going to do it? It's a guessing game. It's like interpreting the Bible. The elite have so many different angles that lines up with everything, just like the Bible, and you have to interpret it. So these events that finally do take place, I'm not going to be remembered as the person that set dates and nothing ever happened. I'm just going to be remembered as a person that set dates, things sort of kind of took place, happened a little bit, and then eventually in the very end, the date was dead on, the events happened exactly the way I seen it, and it catches millions of people off guard, and then This truck needs to make up its mind to either take that spot or this spot and stop driving in the middle of the road. I'll be remembered as the person that seen the events coming before they did, warned people the sky was falling, cried wolf, and was compared to Chicken Little. And then when it finally took place, I graduated. I invited many people to my graduation. I don't even know if I'll be up in order to have the graduation ceremony, but you're gonna know when the graduation, you're gonna know when I had the graduation party. And when I have that party, it comes along with the very first explosion in one of those places that I said graduation happens at that exact moment. Then at that exact moment, everybody I've ever told, all my friends, family, YouTube agents, trolls, CIA, everybody, from that point on, I've graduated. You're gonna have a different perspective of me, including the haters, the hating people, the ones that hate setting dates, they hate the fear, they hate thinking about, reality and what they're actually doing. They would rather just put their head in the sand. Even you people, when that graduation happens, you can still hold on to your pride and say I got lucky or whatever, or just be like, screw it, I can't stand you anyway, I'm not gonna like you. I don't care about the likes, but the respect factor, you have no choice. Especially the ones that hate but know, as through surveillance, that I'm just my own person working from the outside looking in. The graduation becomes from a son to a father. It's like birthing a child and becoming a father, because it's no longer, the baby's no longer in the womb, it's out in the world breathing this air. So in the meantime, I'd like to thank my subs that see it, like Skywatch and Flat Out Noli, and amongst many others. You guys see it. It's there. So just hang in there. I mean, what are you gonna do? Go about your business like you usually do, day in and day out. And whenever you click on my video, this is what whenever you decide to click on my video, you watch and listen to my theories, and the evidence is pretty damn tight. It's just a matter of timing. Timing's off a little bit. It's like having a 454 big block, and it's all souped up, ready to go. You got the 3-inch exhaust pipes going out, Flowmasters, the deep growl. It's just, everything is done, the paint job, everything. Man, I can't get it started just yet. The timing's off. It's like the timing's off a little bit, but all that I have to do is get the timing set in the right direction. As soon as I get the timing set, that thing starts up and it just explodes with sound. That beautiful deep growl of a husky ass motor is what I have already built, in like a '69 Camaro, something like that, black with the silver stripes, big fat wide 335 20 30-inch, 335 35 20-inch rims in the back, and the deep dish wheels. It's all set up and ready to go. As soon as I get the timing down packed, that thing's gonna crank right over, and it's gonna do like 8 seconds and a quarter mile.